The Outlaw Hardy!
I don't think there are many similarities. The one interesting one for me is that I know who I'm competing against, you know, weeks before the fight, and I can research them and be prepared for them. Whereas, you know, the unpredictability of Mother Nature is what I'm competing against this time, and no one knows what to expect for that, and no one can really be prepared for it. So, an element of the unknown, and we do get that with mixed martial arts. Obviously, you know, the fight can go any direction, but it's still a bit more of a controlled environment. Whereas this is basically up against the elements. I like the idea of representing the UK. You know, obviously I've represented Great Britain before. From an individual perspective, I was the first UK fighter to get a title shot in the UFC, and that was quite a big deal at the time. But I love my country, and as much as I've travelled and lived in other places, this is always my home, and I always want to represent this country. So now I've got Britannia tattooed down my arm. I've got a clipper ship tattooed on my arm as well. So this is, I guess, the next stage. This is a new challenge for me in a lot of ways. The biggest one for me, and it's not a fear I'm facing, it's more of a minor anxiety, but the idea of being so far away from land that I can't see land in any direction. So that's like me relinquishing control to the vessel and to the crew, and to my own knowledge of new knowledge of sailing. So that's a real challenge. But at the same time, as soon as a challenge is presented to me, and it gives me that little adrenaline rush, that heartbeat, I feel like I need to do it. And now, as soon as this was put in my mind, you know, sail from London to Rio, I've got to do it. And I've always been interested in, in James Cook and his adventures, his discoveries and stuff. And obviously, this is one of the routes that he took. So I'm reading his book right now, and I'm hoping to connect with that in some way. But it's a new challenge. It's something entirely different for me, and I feel like right at this point in my life, that's what I need to keep me motivated and keep me training.